Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I am live right now. The puck drop here, Peter Fivefoot, in the Peter Fivefoot channel, of course. But we don't have the A&M game right now because that was slated to go at 7 o'clock on ESPN. But one of the earlier games is still going on right now between Northwestern and Michigan State. So I will broadcast that as you wait. Hey, Josh, what's going on? As I just said, if you didn't hear me, we do not have the Texas A&M game going on right now because that's not on ESPN right now because they're waiting for the game that's still going on ESPN right now to come off, and that's Michigan State Northwestern. So I'll broadcast that first. Run up the middle, run to the side, and a quarterback run to about the 48-yard line. Hold on, guys, 1 second. I just got to rearrange some stuff. So Michigan State will move the chains a little bit. It just got a little darker because I had to turn off the top light in one of these rooms. I'm in a completely different room. If you've noticed, like, where's that other room that he used to be in? I'm in a different room because my parents are upstairs, so I'm using a different room. Oh, nice. Awesome. Again, we haven't missed the game yet because the Michigan State game is still going on. Michigan State at the 50-yard line. They have 3 timeouts. Northwestern has 1. A timeout called by Northwestern. That's their final timeout of the half. We're about 2:04 left, but don't worry. There's no 2-minute warnings in college football, so we don't have to worry about a 2-minute warning in 4 seconds where we're still waiting for this game to end and we haven't even touched the other. No, it's just gonna hopefully Northwestern doesn't do anything and Michigan State can keep the clock moving so we can get to the Texas A&M game, which hasn't started. It looks like Alabama – here's my phone. It looks like Alabama won against Auburn, so a slim chance got even slimmer for A&M to win the conference. Now, if some things go right, they still could get into the playoff, and that's the only way to get to the national championship. You have to be one of the top 4 teams. 5 and anything below won't get the A&M Aggies in. But there are some playoff games past the regular season called bowl games. And what those basically mean is you have a final game at the end of the season that's like a consolation prize. You win a little trophy that's kind of cool but doesn't mean too much. Either it's one of the 2 bowl games that'll get you to the national championship or it's just for fun. Every team that has 6 wins gets to at least some type of a bowl game. So if A&M wins tonight, they will clinch a bowl game. But obviously that's not in their best interest right now. You're looking at national championship. That's really what they care about. $129 left. 129 left in. 129 left in the fourth quarter. It's run to midfield, and they'll continue to roll the clock. Northwestern wants to get people off. 4th and 8, they'll have a chance to come back and get the ball for one last time, try to tie it or go to overtime. And I know all the A&M fans like me are going, please, God, no, because we want to see our team play with the chance to go to the bowl game, maybe even get a chance to win the conference. I have to go check the Florida game right now because if Florida lost to Kentucky – hold on, guys, 1 second. Yes. If Kentucky beat Florida, if Florida beat Kentucky, it really helps the stakes for. I apologize, guys, if I'm not making any sense. I'm getting completely distracted. I'm getting distracted by people. So. $33 left. You aren't making any sense. Yeah, I apologize for that. No, you can say that's fine. They will not punt. A penalty flag is on the field against Michigan State. If anybody's coming in wondering, wait, this is an A&M LSU. Why are we hearing about Michigan State? We're still waiting for that game to resume. Well, to start A&M. They have not started that game yet because there's still a game on ESPN ongoing, Michigan State and Northwestern. Number 8 Northwestern against struggling Michigan State football team. Yeah, again, I'll explain the bowl games. At the end of the regular season, if you've won 6 games, every team that has won at least 6 games, and I only think there's like 11 games in the season or 12 games in the season, if you've won 6 games, you get to go to a bowl game. If you're number 5 or any other team, the bowl game, it's enjoyable. It has a lot of history, but it doesn't really mean anything. If you're 1 to 4, it does mean something because the teams that are 1 to 4 can compete for a national championship. 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3. The winner of those games will play for the national championship. But if you're 5 or anything under, it doesn't mean it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's bragging rights, but you can't win a national championship. LSU A&M is already starting on another channel that I can't get to, but there's only 25 seconds left in the Michigan State Northwestern game. So once this game is over, hopefully soon, since Michigan State has 1 timeout and Northwestern has none, in a few plays we'll be ready for the A&M game. Northwestern getting it away, throwing it over the middle. Was that intercepted? No, incomplete. If it was intercepted, it would have been perfect. 1 kneel down, then we would get right to the game that we want to get to. But it was thrown incomplete off the hands, so it's 2nd and 10. Throw by Ramsey. Josh, did you hear what happened with the Denver Broncos today? Really crazy stuff. All of their quarterbacks were ineligible to play because they were all positive for COVID or they were true for something like that. I forget. So the receiver is starting as a quarterback tomorrow with their running back, second-year man out of Oregon, playing backup against New Orleans. So instead of Locke versus Breeze, it's going to be I forget the Saints backup. Used to play BYU against a wide receiver who hasn't played quarterback since college. And that wasn't his primary position either. It was a 10-second runoff against Northwestern because it was an intentional grounding. So a throw to the side, bumped out of bounds. And they say that it was a loss of 10 because it was behind the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 20 with 5 seconds to go. This will be the final play of the Northwestern drive coming up of the game, possibly. It could be. And now it'll go into the end zone for a Michigan State touchdown, but it doesn't mean anything. The game is over because it happened right before the clock. We'll see what they do. And it shouldn't mean anything as it will be an upset for Michigan State, 29-20. And now we are here for the real reason that we are here in this game, in this stream. A&M LSU only was about a 2-minute lapse that we missed from this game, but we're back. Texas A&M looking for their 6th win of the season that would punch them into a bowl game. Louisiana State is 3-3. They're the defending champions. They won the title last year, but they've been very bad. One of the worst LSU teams in a long time. Nice. I tried to make it more understandable. So they're reviewing this play that LSU was screaming, Louisiana State screaming that this was an incompletion A&M throw to catch at around the 35-yard line, the Aggie 33. And it was right in front of the LSU Tiger bench as well. So now I want to check those scores I was talking about before. It's funny, the team that Alabama drilled today, Auburn, we'll be playing them next week, probably one of the most important games of the season. Florida did find a way to down Kentucky with some big points, so nobody's giving A&M a break here. Notre Dame won. Clemson's on their way to destroying Pittsburgh. Alabama won big against Auburn. So Ohio State had a big game today, but they had to cancel it because of COVID concerns. As I said, they are not great this year, but they are the defending champs. This is also they say no. They reverse the call. This is also the school where Burrow, who was injured for Cincinnati, this is where he went to school last year. He played for Ohio State for most of his career, then transferred over to LSU, had a career year, and they won the national championship. But for all of their play the last few years, how good they've been the last few years, one of the more dominant teams in all of college football, they are having a huge setback this season. But they forced the 4th down, and A&M is too deep in their territory to go for it. Go for a punt here. This is not a good one. Not a good punt for the Aggies at all. It bounces at around the 36-yard line. And so TJ Finley is going to have a go for LSU. He is a Louisiana native, and he will get the ball here. He could have gone to Oklahoma State, Auburn, Alabama, but he chose to go to the hometown Tigers. $13:33 to go. It's a 1-3-3-3. A&M lost miserably last year to LSU in Louisiana. A&M's last win and only win against LSU came here at home 2 years ago in 7 overtimes with a 2-point conversion that was made on one of Texas A&M's biggest wins of their season 2 years ago. Run up the middle, goes for about 3, and it'll be 2nd down. Yes, 7 overtimes, including a lot of LSU fans saying that game should have been won by LSU in regulation because they claimed that on 4th down, Kellen Mond's knee was down. A throw by Finley, and when he threw the ball across the field for like a 4th and 15, and they claimed that his knee was down at the play. But that's 2 years ago. That's a long time ago. It's done. Tigers will move the ball to the Aggie 45. Shotgun snap. Finley fakes the handoff. Finley has a lot of space. He's going to air it down the field. Almost intercepted by Texas A&M Aggie defensive back, who dropped it, and that would have been Aggie ball at the A&M 8. This actually is rivalry week located. All of the big rivals usually play each other on this day. It didn't happen in the Big Ten because the Northeast United States, because they had all the COVID concerns. They weren't able to do it. On rivalry week, Texas A&M has always played Louisiana State because they're not. They have not been in this conference forever. They've only been in this conference since 2012. So technically, their biggest rivals in this conference has been LSU, also Arkansas as well, but their biggest rivals all time have been the University of Texas. In my mind, their biggest rivals, the ones I hate the most, is Alabama. But if you would have asked an Aggie fan, 9 guys out of 10 people that are Texas A&M fans will tell you University of Texas, A&M runs up the middle and will sack. They will sack the quarterback. Well, not sack the quarterback, hit the quarterback. LSU was going for it on 4th down, 4th and 1. Finley in the shotgun. They have a multitude of running backs out there. Finley handoff. Stuff. Did he get there? LSU is pointing to a 1st down. They're going to spot the ball short. A&M looks like they've made a spot. They have not said yay or nay. They're going to go measure it. Well, they've been to the conference. They've only been in the conference for 8 years. So it's kind of subjective. But on rivalry week, the NCAA always puts A&M facing LSU. Here, they will measure the ball. They're going to bring out the chains, it looks like. Here come the chains. We'll see. If it is short, it's short. A&M takes over on downs. Great stop by the Aggie defense. They'll get the ball close to midfield with 11:26 left in the first. Also, if you're wondering on rankings, Texas A&M is number 5 in the nation. So the number the numbers they got to get is they got to be number 4 by the end of the conference championships of all of the teams. And then they would get into the playoff and be eligible to compete for a national championship. Oh, my God, imagine. No, they already did the chains, though. So they're number 5 right now. So if the season ended today, they would be one of the top teams in the country, but not eligible to compete for a national championship. Just be outside. They've got to get to number 4. Which right now is, I believe, held by Ohio State. Yeah, held by Ohio State, who did not play today. The other 3 teams in the country had gigantic wins. Clemson's game has not gone final, but they are winning big. Notre Dame won sizably by 10 points, and Alabama won by I want to say 25. I don't think A&M will get number 4 by next week, but hopefully one of the other weeks they can get in. We'll find out by Tuesday, because Tuesday I might also be streaming some playoff soccer on Tuesday. I'm not sure. I just would like to let you know, though, tomorrow, if you want to check it out, tomorrow I won't be streaming, but tomorrow is our 2 playoff soccer games in the Eastern Conference between Nashville and Columbus, and 8-seeded New England, and I am having an issue remembering the other team for some reason, even though we watched all of the Eastern Conference games. Oh, why am I having such an issue remembering? When is the season complete? For the MLS, it'll be somewhere around January. For college football, I think it'll also be around January. For the MLS, I think it'll be the first or second week of January. For college football, it'll be the second or third week in January. Both leagues are going to conclude around the same time. Yeah, college football, I believe, is like the third week of January, and I think the MLS is like the second week of January. So both are going to end in the middle of January. New England and Orlando tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon. It's on. It's actually that game actually you won't be able to watch because it's on TSN4, TVA Sports, ESPN Deportes, which is Spanish ESPN, and ABC. You won't be able to watch that game. I will, but then the other game at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow in soccer is on TSN4 and ESPN. That's Nashville and Columbus. Or you can watch the Seattle-Dallas on Tuesday on FS1 and TSN1. And then Wednesday, I'll definitely broadcast that one as Kellen Mond takes off of a quarterback run. Kellen Mond at the LSU 39. What a pickup for the Aggies. But a penalty flag gets tossed on the field right after the run. This might be on LSU for pushing or maybe a block down the field. We'll see. Here's the call. Late hit out of bounds against LSU. It's a 15-yard penalty, so the ball's going to be spotted at around the 25-yard line of LSU. A&M, just like that, is going to be right outside the red zone. Also, nice. I'm not sure you're talking about. If you're talking about soccer or football. But, Josh, and I forgot to let you know, this game is on ESPN if you want to check it out. You can watch this game while I'm talking on ESPN right now if you want. Let me know if you'll do that. Kellen Mond, handoff, maybe a yard for the Aggies, and it's second down. All right, nice. Some weird memories. They talk about how this is A&M's highest ranking since they were number 4 in 2016. I remember that week very well. I thought they were going to do well. They were number 4, I think, for 2 weeks. The first time they were number 4, they beat a pretty bad team. They struggled a little bit in that game, but they beat them pretty bad. Then they were facing off Mississippi State, who's always had A&M's number. That's passed in the middle, almost picked off. It'll be 3rd and 9. Against Mississippi State, who always has had A&M's number, but did not have a good season that year, as a penalties on the field. But they lost in Mississippi State, pass interference penalty against Flott and the Tigers. But they lost against Mississippi State, and the whole crowd emptied the field. They emptied the stands. They marched the field. It was an upset against a number 4 team, and oh, that was scary. So that brings back some bad memories. It was a pass interference penalty, a 15-yard penalty, or a 5-yard penalty. It'll be at the 20. A&M right at the LSU 20, 1st and 10. Has to get to the 10. And a delayed handoff. Spiller took the handoff, but LSU saying he's down. He was down, and he was not happy about that because when he slides down, and that's a bad call by the refs because his knee's down, yeah, but that's, nobody touches him. Fans see what we're seeing. They see it up in the big board in Aggie Land, and because I told you in college football, it's not a spot foul. It's an automatic 15-yard, not a spot foul. But fans saw what we were talking about. That batted up and incomplete. And so the Tiger defense is showing up. 3rd and 14. Kellen Mond in the shotgun. They got pushed back to the 24-yard line of LSU, and they legitimately are in field goal range, but you really want to score touchdowns. Pass over the middle, too high. Will there be a penalty? No. They hold no penalty with corners to the back, and it seems like LSU are forcing Aggie nerves. So it will be a Texas A&M field goal coming up. Also, Seattle and Philadelphia 2 nights from now on Monday. Get ready for that. Seahawks and Eagles, I will be broadcasting that. Also, we always joke about you driving up to Seattle. You can't do that, although I am actually closer to be going to that game because it's in Philly. Here is the kick up the middle. It is good. Right through the left upright. It's 3-0 A&M with 9:10 in the first. Good momentum by the Aggies. We're not able to punch it into the end zone, but they are able to get points off of that 4th down stand. Oh, yeah, big time. Especially if the Giants, New York, can beat. Yeah. That's a long way from me, though. That's like an hour and a half. Might be more, actually. I think it's closer to 2 hours. If the New York Giants can win, though, that would force a I didn't realize I was wrong. The MLS for some reason is not starting in January this year. It's actually starting in December. So the Saturday before my semester ends, December 12th will actually be the MLS Cup final. That'll be on Saturday, December 12th. So the conference final will be at 3 p.m. Eastern on next week, next Sunday. And the Western Conference final will be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So again, I won't be able to broadcast the conference finals because, you know what I tell you about Sundays. I can't broadcast, but I should be able to do some more of the soccer playoff games, and I'll definitely be able to broadcast the final, the cup final. But we'll see tomorrow who heads to the Eastern Conference final. My predictions are we're going to see Orlando and Nashville in the Eastern Conference final, and Seattle. And as much as I love Minnesota, I think it'll be Seattle and Sporting Kansas City. The big boys, the 1 and the 2. To me, it'll be the 4 and the 7 in the East, and the 2 and the 1 and the 2 in the West. Basically, a soccer replication of the 2002. NHL Stanley Cup playoffs 2002. If I wasn't precise about that, if that didn't make sense. They showed a real good stat I didn't know. A&M went 10-0 back the last time we had a global pandemic, about 100 years ago. They had the Spanish flu. They're surviving here with COVID, up 3, and They'll kick off to LSU. A touchback out of the end zone. Oh, thank you for the like. And so Tigers will get the ball, LSU Tigers. They were talking about they were talking about right now between A&M and their schedules that they could play. And I'm going to say with the Ole Miss game, the Mississippi game that hasn't been played yet, definitely have to reschedule that because they got to finish their schedule. Can't get gypped because it works badly with the other teams. Like, come on, this team could make the playoff, and that might be the key to do it. A&M rushes up the middle, dropped at the 30. And that one was just good defense plugged on the side by the Aggies. Shotgun snap, 2nd and 10 with 9:05 to go in the quarter. Aggies rush, and a good hit on the side jars the ball loose. It'll be 3rd and 10. That was another hit that was made. That was big to make sure all of their guys are back. Shotgun snap, movement there. Fakes the rush. They throw a short screen, excuse me. It's blown up by the Aggie linebacker. It's 4th down, and we're going to have a Tiger punt. Three and out just like that, Josh. A high snap. LSU just kicked it away, and this ball is going to bounce down to the 30. So if you were watching, I will explain what happened. I don't know if he was trying to go for a fake, but the snap was high. He had to corral it. Then he had to run away. It was not a fake, but it was a high snap. He had to run away so it wasn't blocked, and it bounced to like the 40, the A&M 40. A&M's going to get the ball back after this break. A&M is up by 3. Showing a commercial right now on the college football playoff. A&M wanting, obviously, have their chance to join that possibly. If they could.
These little cups would make great stocking stuffers. How about right now in your mouth stuffers? Happy holidays to your mouth. I'm sorry, Reese's.
I will still wait for this to come back.
Experience the power of Sanctuary at the Lincoln Wishlist Center. Sign and drive off with a new Lincoln with 0 down, 0 consignment, and complimentary first month payment. Are you ready to sink your teeth into a lemon pepper, sweet and spicy Korean fruit test, mango habanero? Yes. Get free delivery for a limited time at wingstop.com.
We are still waiting for this to come back.
Texas A&M's offense, they play behind the Maroon Goons. And they're a lot. They've been efficient this year. I mean, the stats speak for themselves. No sacks in the last 5 games.
No sacks in the last 5 games for this A&M offense, behind what is affectionately, if I could say, I mean, that's got to be behind this offensive line who's got the nickname, their unit, the Maroon Goons. And a handoff to the outside. They didn't do too well blocking there, though. I'm really not going to blame it on them. That was not the best of reads, but a good tackle up the left side for the linebacker playing defense on the line for LSU. Shotgun snap, Kellen Mond throws over the middle, almost picked. And, you know, these LSU D-backs are very aggressive. I'm extremely excited. They're very aggressive. They come right up the middle. They do all of these things. You know, they're not afraid to come up when they want to, these defensive backs for LSU. They've got a lot of free reign. And A&M's going to do something to kind of neutralize. They got to get this running game going here. Bond in the shotgun. Has to snap it. Will. Stepping back. LSU tries to push the pocket. There's lots of room. Now he gets out. Now he has to throw. That is almost picked. A low throw. And LSU forces a punt. Jabril Cox, the linebacker, just pushed through to guard the pass, and Mond had a lot of time, and then he didn't. And at that point, you got to throw the perfect ball. He could not. So A&M will get ready for his punt here. Nick Constantino will be the one to punt. He will have to launch this one. The last one wasn't kicked too hard. It's going to go at the 19-yard line, so that'll count as a good punt. This is actually one of only 2 college football games that is going on. That'll be the last one of the night. The other one is another SEC game, the SEC East, between University of Georgia and another football team. Forget which one. Emory Jr. gets the handoff. Doesn't get too much. It'll be 2nd and 6. Well, they got 4. That's a decent amount. Throw slant, and it's wrapped up by the Aggie defense. Pushes him back. It'll be 3rd down. 3rd and 6 stays the way it started. Oh, that's what you were trying to say before. I was a little confused. It was actually funny how you had first said it. Also, college basketball is coming back too. I don't know if you know if I had told you. I mean, if A&M wins, I'm happy. But my college basketball team is not specifically Texas A&M. It's the University of Michigan. So when that comes in, we'll see that. Evading a sack, and the Aggies are able, after he got away from the sack, to wrap up the receiver Finley, who got the ball. It'll be a 3 and out for LSU. And now Texas A&M will get the punt. And I think if you're A&M, you completely missed the quarterback on that one first tackle. You're going to have to, you're going to have to find ways to convert and to do big things on special teams. Either if it's a blocked punt or a big punt return into the red zone. They're not going to get the punt block. This will launch at the 30, and I'm trying to break some tackles, gets to about the 32, and then the special teams for LSU comes big. Top 25 for the college football playoff is that Tuesday at 7 Eastern, so hopefully A&M can launch themselves into the top 4. Not sure if that'll happen this week, though. It does not help that Alabama won. An illegal formation call against Louisiana State. That'll help the Aggies. And they'll move up for 5 yards. Kellen Mond will trot his way out here. He has struggled as this game has gone along. Shotgun snap, gives the handoff. Spiller a few yards, but the idea that they run the ball on first down, even if it doesn't get much at all, does help. Oh, here we go. Here are the statistics. You can see it right now. So the national championship is going to be on January 11th. So the MLS Cup final will be on December 12th, and the college football championship will be on January 11th. Meanwhile, the Super Bowl isn't close to starting at that point. The Stanley Cup final or the NBA championship. Throw to the middle. Great play. Texas A&M into Tiger territory. And it's Smith. Shotgun snap for Mond. Fakes the handoff. Kellen has room. He's going to air it down deep. Will this be a flag? No. I think if he doesn't get pushed, it's a touchdown, and it's 10-0. That was a real good chance for A&M, and that was a very well-thrown ball. And I think that was right on the money. I think if he doesn't get pushed, it's touchdown. Aggies got to find a way to beat some of these corners. Down deep. As it's 2nd and 10, they have movement. Kellen Mond thinks about the option. Pitch does not go there, but gets a few yards, which will help the first down. And at this point, maybe what A&M has to do, instead of setting up plays, like let's do a few run plays, let's do a few slants, and let's set up the big play, is forget about setting up the big play, but just work to get those 6 yards every down to get the first down. Eventually, it's the first quarter. Eventually, the defense will break and they'll try to move up, and then you'll get that play later on. Remember, this is still first quarter, 3:30 left. Shotgun snap close to the 35. Kellen Mond will get it. They try to go pressure on the blind side. That's dropped. Cox, another deflection. We'll see if A&M decides to go for it or what they do. They could go for a long field goal here. They could try to pooch punt it. They could go for it. They're going to go for it. No. Wait, Mond's still on the field? Now he'll trot off. So I don't know if they bring up the field goal unit. It doesn't look like they're doing either. They'll probably try to pin LSU. This is a bad drive if this is a touchback. I don't mind that they're punting, but A&M's got to find a way to pin them with this punt. There's a penalty on the field. This might be a delay of game. A delay of game penalty against A&M. They knew they were punting already. That's what they go and do. They'll boot this through. See where this punt goes. It lands at the 1 yard line. What a punt. Aggies have pinned LSU inside of their end zone. One of the greatest punts of all time. That is a killer. And it might have killed the Tigers on this one. LSU will get the ball, but they're going to get it at their 1 yard line. And they bring in Johnson, the backup quarterback, who's got a shotgun snap in his end zone. Johnson goes the handoff, gets maybe 2, maybe even more than that. But it's second down. All right, the other game that's going on right now, they show an update. It's 7-0 Georgia against South Carolina and the Gamecocks. You remember them. 2nd and 8. He got 2 yards. Here in noisy College Station, Kyle Field. And they go for a quarterback run and pushed out just a yard past the line of scrimmage. We have got a 3rd down. 3rd and 6, 2 yards on first down, 2 yards on second down. Maxime Johnston. No Finley, which is interesting where there's no Finley. I'm not exactly sure. Trying to make sure the linebackers know exactly what they have to do here for the Aggies. Johnson takes the shotgun snap, then has it. Johnson throws over the middle, spun back. He did not get the first down, and his shoulder is a yard away, but I think the ball spotted 2 yards away. It'll be 4th down, and here come the LSU punt team. Another 3rd and out with 90 seconds left in the 3rd. Big play by A&M. And this can't be good for the punt team because you don't know how long they would have to punt this. How far? Like, that's not good. It's out of the end zone for more room. This punt will land at the fair caught at, I want to say, the 47-yard line, the LSU 47. All right, so here's the top 10, if you're wondering. Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Notre Dame. Number 3, Clemson. Number 4, Ohio State. Those can get to the playoff right now if the regular season ended. Then number 5, A&M. Number 6, Florida, who A&M beat. Number 7, Cincinnati. Number 8, Northwestern. Number 9, Georgia, who Florida beat, who are playing right now. And number 10, University of Miami. So the good guys are in a decent spot to move up into where they need to be to contend for a national championship. I believe maybe January 1st is when that's the last time they can get to a spot. About 3-yard gain off the running play by Spiller. Ohio State needs to play Michigan State and Michigan to get to the Big Ten championship game. Never mind that. Aggies get a big running play past the 20, past the 10, brought into the end zone. Is it a touchdown? Yes! Spiller! 9-0 Aggies, penalty on the field. You see the penalty, as I was saying. It's in there. If Ohio State misses the Big Ten championship, to me, that should be an A&M shoe-in to the playoffs. But we'll see. A face mask penalty after the touchdown by Louisiana State, so that'll go to the kickoff. I apologize for that. I had no idea what that was. That will go to the kickoff against LSU. And the kick is good. A&M 10, LSU nothing with 16 seconds left in the first quarter. It is a Spiller run that has gutted these Tigers. Hey, what's going on? A&M just got about a 30-yard touchdown run. They're up 10-0 with 16 seconds left in the first. Yes, ask away. Also, after the touchdown was over, there was a face mask penalty against the Tigers, so I think that'll be a 15-yard penalty against them on the kickoff. Also, something else we learned, Ohio State, which is one of the teams right now in the top 4 spot, they sit at number 4, excuse me. The teams that usually get into the the top 4 spots to contend for the national championship have played their conference championship game. If Ohio State misses one of the next 2 games that they have to play, they'll be ineligible for a conference championship, which might tentatively put A&M kind of as a shoe-in into the playoff. The reason why is because some of them are undefeated, like the University of Cincinnati. They're done by about 10 people that were professional football players in a room together, journalists, professional football players, former coaches, and they look at teams and they use the statistics and the analytics and go, let's look at how they are. We'll put these top teams in where they should be. And teams that are undefeated, even if they're not really in the top divisions or conferences, usually get put in the top 15. End of the first quarter, A&M, the good guys, 10. The defending champions, nothing. This is the end of quarter one. I'll be back. I'm going to get some.
Easy to get. Check out the battery-powered 8K homeowner series with sets starting at $199.95. Find something for everyone on your list. Find yours at SteelDealers.com.
We can't always keep our distance, but we can still help protect each other this flu season by getting vaccinated.
So that's how rankings work.
Fluzone high-dose quadrivalent isn't for people who've had a severe allergic reaction to any flu vaccine or vaccine component, including eggs or egg products. Tell your healthcare professional if you've ever experienced.
Final rankings will come out about December 20th, apparently, for college football. So then that's when we'll know if A&M is in or it'll just be another bowl game.
Side effects include pain, redness, and or swelling when you have the shot, muscle ache, headache, and general discomfort. Other side effects may occur.
If you're 65 plus, don't settle for
So we've got about
move up to superior flu protection. See your healthcare provider. Fluzone high-dose quadrivalent vitamin.
hold on, 22 days until we find out. 22 days, but of course, it's not 22 days for A&M because you don't play college football every day. It's probably about 8 days. I don't know. I can't do that. The quarterback for LSU, the starter, Max Finley, was looked at, but he looks like he's okay. He didn't play the last series. We'll see if he plays the next one. Raucous Aggie land. It's pouring, and the fans won't stop chanting like a European soccer crowd. 10-0. Number 5th team in the nation, the good guys, the Aggies. See who's got the ball here. Looks like Finley. It's Johnson who fakes it. Read option. Johnson gets dumped by the Aggies linebacker. It's 2nd down. For the NHL, I think it'll be January 1st. Max Johnson was actually the son of the quarterback who started and won the Super Bowl with Tampa in 2002. Not sure who it was, but they just showed it on the big board. About 5 Aggies jump in to sack Max Johnson. It's 3rd and long. It's Brent Johnson, not the Red Wing. Brent Johnson used to play for Detroit, who makes the sack against the Tigers quarterback. I think it'll be January 1st. I don't see why it's not. Although I think the one thing that'll stop it isn't, COVID or anything, but just Gary Bettman wanting the players to take less money because the Canadian dollar is down and all these other things. Shotgun snap, 3rd and 9 for Johnson. And the Tigers never – no, they did have to call a timeout. I thought they never made the timeout. They did. They take their first timeout of the half. It's 3rd and 9, and they go to commercial. Also, Georgia got another touchdown. It's 14-0 against South Carolina. I got to tell you, I'm pretty excited for tomorrow's NFL games. Still commercials. Well, wait. See what LSU does on this drastic 3rd down. We are back for Max Johnson and his Tigers. Brad Johnson, that was the quarterback. Max Johnson in the shotgun. A&M loads the line. Did they get off early? No, they don't say he did. Incomplete. He threw it into the Texas A&M bench. And it's going to be a Tiger 3 and out. $13:39 left. And they'll be getting the ball back. They jump up for a jumping punt. This one is whacked at the 25, taken at the 30, delays, and then gets to the LSU 32, the A&M 32. And they show the other touchdown was a big lineman pushed and a running play for Georgia, who, as we said earlier, was up 14-0, is up 14-0. So they show that game 2 years ago I was telling you about that ended up in 7 overtimes. Handoff. Spiller, and a Tiger went down. Spiller evades on the tackle. Spiller trucks a Tiger close to the 35. He had the speed going, and all he had to do is diagnose the fact that LSU did not see that play coming. He beat 3 Tigers to the punch, and he almost took the 4th one down. Isaiah Spiller is just big time. Spiller had the first touchdown today, the only touchdown scored in this game by either team. Has movement going. Spiller tries to push for more, only gets about a 2. I relate him to Elliott here, though. Spiller's a bit more physical. Well, Ezekiel it is too. Again, I know this will sound weird, but he reminds me just the way he can catch and also he can turn on the jets. He reminds me a lot of his last name namesake, who was a big-time running back in the NFL, C.J. Spiller. Shotgun snap to Kellen Mond. Throw to who we're talking about, Spiller, who fakes, and then he's brought down high out of bounds by the LSU sideline. Looked a bit aggressive. It'll be 3rd and short. Kellen Mond gets out, throw to the left side, and still going to about the 15-yard line. Brought down by LSU. They're trying to send a message. No message sent there by them. Smith, the pickup. It'll be 1st and 10. A&M's got to get to the LSU 5. Only one safety back at the 5. So they had anticipated a running play. They kind of got a running play. The running back was dropped, but then they had another receiver go for an end around. And then he got trucked behind the line as well. This whole play just, I don't even know what happened. The running back tossed it to the lineman. It was just a mess. 2nd and 16. No penalty against the Aggies for an illegal touching because the running back threw the ball forward to the left tackle. So that was just a bad play overall. Kellen Mond is pressured. He's going to loft it up. Did not catch. A&M wants a penalty. They're not going to get one. These referees all game long have been holding in their whistles. 3rd and 16. The crowd raucous boos. Also, if you didn't hear it today earlier, well, actually, I know you said it. You already sent it to the group chat, but Matt Patricia, of course, fired by the Lions. I did not agree with that firing. Jalen Weidermeyer, he was huge in that South Carolina game. Here's Mond throwing over the middle. Weidermeyer leapt for the first down. If he didn't get it, it'll be 4th and inches. It looked like he did get the ball there, and if he didn't, I think the Aggies should go for it. And they are calling an Aggie first down. 1st and goal right at the 5 for Texas A&M. They're going to review it and try to measure the ball. More of the crowd booing again. We'll see. If this is not a first down, I'd go for it.
Always be ready to seize the moment when inspiration strikes. Make the most of this opportunity. Through Mazda's season of inspiration.
We'll see how that goes.
0.9% APR practice 60 months and no payments for 90 days.
Team, it's been a while, but I think I've aged too well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who the chief is? Harris family uses Gain Flames now, so their laundry smells more amazing than ever. Hey, E-Towel, Zoo-Towel. More Gain scent plus Oxy Boost and Febreze in every Gain flame.
You know what I think? I think you owe us $48.50. Wild thing.
If you ride, you get it. Dago Motorcycle. 15 minutes good safety, 15% or more.
Still waiting on this, obviously, this commercials review. See if he did get the first down, if the ball came forward.
Shop Pandora Jewelry and enjoy 35% off your total purchase November 24th through December 1st with our Black Friday savings. Catch your favorite pieces and save 35% at Pandora Jewelry.
Rated everyone. ESPN, home of the college football playoff. ESPN College Football presented by PlayStation 5. Brought to you by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Order today for contactless delivery, carry-out.
Still, as Aggies fans, they know the importance of this game. Yeah, I'll stand around cheering. Let's see if Weidermeyer got there. And he did not get there. They just said that his elbow was down first, but they're going for it on 4th and 1. Absolutely should. I mean, to me, there's like No reason here. They didn't say that, this could be a creative rollout play. To me, I would just push up the middle. I think this might be a quarterback sneak here. I really do. And they lost the ball. And now he gets tackled behind the line. They'll see if did Mond get? No, they said Mond did not get the first down. That's what I thought the play was. Weidermeyer is getting angry at some of the Tiger defenders. So looks like that LSU drive that A&M drive did not come up fruitful. We'll see. They initially pointed to LSU ball.
Certainly see this play sometime run at the goal line when you're trying to score a touchdown. And the reason you have to do is break that play. But to do this where the ball is still live, once you put it out over the line of scrimmage, seems like a very risky decision. Texas A&M and they certainly played out that way. That's why I'm so surprised Kellen Mond does this. Watch Clark 18 from the right, punch that ball out.
I thought the ball went there, but since it's still live, it was not. It did not matter. Problem is, when this ball trickles behind the line, you can't just jump on it, So LSU takes over on downs. Disappointingly. Got the towels out, though. The fans, they don't want to see a touchdown drive for LSU. 9:37 left in the second. Shotgun snap. Low shotgun snap. Has time. Throws over the middle. Caught. They move past the 50. Moving past the 40. Moving to about the 30. And a huge Tigers first down. Shotgun snap, play action fake. Lofts it down the sideline. Touchdown. Keyshawn Butte, 31-yard touchdown. And LSU, just like that, is way back into this game. An extra point to put them within 3. We'll see. He's got the 1 foot. Looks like he's caught it. And you would think, because he's caught the ball, it looks like the ball's in the goal line. And that he got everything else.
Inside our new Balenciaga cigarettes in tiny liquor bottles, just what you.
We'll see if that is a touchdown, and it looks like a touchdown. They're going to have to look at this again.
Last view, you got to make sure that he's not bobbling the ball at all. Looks like he may have lost a little bit as he pulls it in. So that's 1. 2, you got to make sure you get your feet inside the pylon. Now, there's another rule of play here.
We'll see, because Butte looks like he's got the foot down. It looks like he's in the end zone pylon. But the first part that the broadcaster said, I could argue with it, and the fact that it doesn't look like it. I mean, it looks like he's juggling the ball, which means it's not clear possession. If this Butte catch stands, LSU will trail by 4 and have a chance for an extra point to make them trail by 3. If it does not stand, A&M gets a break and can try to put up a defensive performance to force a field goal or maybe something else. They're still looking at it. They don't have the full call yet. I would think it would be touchdown. Let's see. Incomplete pass. They said Butte juggles. So instead of 10-6, it's 10-0 still. And that means it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. So now that puts the wind back in the sails for the Aggie defense and gives them more momentum. Ball at the 31, unless instead it wasn't on the goal line, which is nice for Texas A&M. They finally rush. Hit on the throw, intercepted! Intercepted! Aggies pick it off! Jalen Jones with an interception. That's what it looks like. And how about that? They'll have to look at this play again, but it looks like the Aggies have picked off Finley. It's deflected. Oh, yeah, that's an interception. Texas A&M is getting the ball back, up by 10. What a play. So what a moment. Hold on a second. Thought I heard something. But yeah, so 10-0 A&M. That's what we got right now, 10-0. And I'm getting the ball back for that huge interception. In this second quarter, still around, I think, 8:50. Jalen Jones is the man who picked off the LSU quarterback. First and 10 for Mond and the Aggies. Gets the handoff. Didn't get much. Well, actually lost a few yards. Might have been 2. There'll be a penalty on the field against Louisiana State. A holding call, so that costs A&M 10 yards. And that isn't good for A&M at all. Shotgun snap for Kellen Mond. Still. Handoff. Dumped. Spiller is thrown down again, and it'll be 2nd and 21.
Just timing that pressure with the safety dropping down over the top of the over, a little bit of confusion by those two young players. I know the light and who's coming and where are they coming exactly. And tying it together, timed up at the right time. And I did great.
Mond fakes the handoff. Kellen Mond lofts it down the field. Was that caught? LSU saying no. I think it might have been. No, it dropped. It hit the ground. Yeah, that hit the ground. That's not LSU ball or Aggie ball, but that was a great competition for the football down the field. 3rd and 21. See if they go to create punt room or go for the long play or whatnot. I think they'll go to I think that was their chance to get the first down. They'll probably try to just create more room for their punter, who's a really good one. It is a shotgun snap, though. And Spiller goes nowhere. It's not going to get any yardage for their punter. He's had a rough go. You're going to show Washington and Utah. It doesn't really affect us. It doesn't affect A&M at all. If you're interested in it, cool, but it's not that impactful at all. Here's the punt out of the end zone. We'll see how far it carries. That'll be caught at about the 47. That's good yardage for LSU. 7:02 left in the second quarter. They'll get the ball in Texas A&M territory.
Christmas trees try so hard. Lights, ornaments, old choo-choo trains. The best trees, they kind of only 2 things. Peanut butter and chocolate. Not sorry. Reese's. Introducing Reese's new pretzel picking up cheeseburger. Nothing will distract you from pretzel bun and beer cheese. Not even all the comments for the 50 posting of your pretzel picking up cheeseburger. Download the app or and get Reese's rewards.
We'll still wait for
Diane retired and opened that pottery studio. How did you come up with all these backstories? I got help from a pro. My financial professional explained to me all the ways Nationwide can help protect financial futures and safety. Nationwide can help the greens and lifetime income until some housing in that home. It helps set up those financial plans in Mrs. Garcia. And he explained how Nationwide could help Mr. Paisley retire early and spend more time with his pal Peyton and their new band. Exactly. Don't forget the band.
I'll wait some more for the Steelers to come back and check out this LSU offense. Late in this fourth quarter, is the second quarter. This quarter moves around. LSU still down 10-0. They had a touchdown to cut it to 3, but that touchdown ended up being an incompletion, and shortly thereafter, a deflection led to an A&M interception, but they were already in the red zone, so they just pinned A&M back and forced a punt. But we're still at 10-0 Aggies. We will see who plays quarterback. It'll be Finley, not Johnson. I feel more comfortable when Johnson's out there. A&M has played better defensively when he's out there. Johnson, the handoff. This is going nowhere. Or Finley's out there. She's not. Well, no, when Johnson's out there. I said the right thing. Finley in the shotgun, 2nd and 11. They go around the outside. Finley gets out of there. Finley still is running. And he might have picked up the first down as the Aggies went after him. No, he did not. 3rd and 1. As Jones, one of our corners, is sitting, laboring what might be a big injury. Running play for Zamir White of the Georgia Bulldogs. It's 21-7 Georgia in Columbia against the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Listening to his feet in the pocket really good. I didn't expect that out of South Carolina. No. SEC's a tough conference to coach in. If you're not the top dogs, that's, I would say a huge understatement. Yes, especially
Talking about, I was kind of just listening, not broadcasting, some of the stuff about South Carolina who's really struggled, but a lot of people thought they were going to do very well, but they've struggled in the East. They struggled against A&M and a bunch of other schools. In Georgia, one of the top teams to try to win a championship, although it looks like, they won't get to the national championship game. They won't make the playoff. And it looks like they won't even win the division. It looks like that's going to be just wrapped up and won the East. Not the SEC itself, but the East won by the Florida Gators. So just a tough year for South Carolina and their team. 3rd and 1. You can hear this A&M crowd. The handoff up the middle, pushing forward. This will be a first down for Louisiana State. First and 10, Tigers. Shotgun snap, screen up the middle is blasted after about a 3-yard gain. There's a penalty on the field. Let's see who that's against. Oh. Roughing the passer call against the Aggies costs them 15 yards. LSU will move the ball in more territory. It was just a jostling of the helmet of the quarterback by defender Young, Eric Young, Richmond, Texas native. And that'll cost A&M yards. Important yards, too. Aggies to the 16-yard line. Past the red zone. A shotgun snap. Handoff. A&M will jump up and stuff this. In the final 5 minutes of the first half. Texas A&M 10. Louisiana State nothing. Sorry about that. Everyone's standing here and College Station, Kyle Field College Station, the Aggies and the Tigers. Shotgun snap for TJ Finley getting out of there. Finley is crashed down. An Aggie sack. It's 3rd and long. Leal with the hit. Bobby Brown makes a play. He cuts open the middle, not seals it up. Cuts open the middle, and Leal just jumps up the middle, and gets the quarterback. Finley shotgun snap. They bring a blitz. Thrown, dropped. Good coverage in the middle of the field. Aggies are going to force a field goal. Also, South Carolina just hit a field goal here, so it's an 11-point deficit now for the Gamecocks. They're climbing in closer. Again, I apologize for the yawning. Try to get points on the board. Will be the first points on the board. A 34-yard attempt. Here is the kick. He missed it! Wide right. LSU staring at the Aggie end zone for the second time. A missed opportunity for the Tigers. York hooked this kick. A&M's going to get the ball late in quarter 2. It was a line drive kick that he hooked. And yes, LSU hasn't been that good this game, but it's the defending champions. It's opportunities wasted by the Tigers, and A&M will have their chance. Try to drive down the field, and a long, methodical scoring drive would be what the doctors ordered for Texas A&M. Cade York, the guy that missed it for LSU. Kellen Mond has room. Kellen Mond throws over the middle and dropped these corners. And this time it was a linebacker with the pressure, but these corners have been there all day long. And just not enough space. Mon the pitch back. Goes to Spiller. Only guy that going to the outside has consistently beaten these Tigers. 1st and 10. Aggies move the chains. Tigers want a holding call. They won't get one. Clock will finally now move. Once the officials place this ball. A&M's got 3 timeouts. LSU's got 2. Louisiana State, they push up their corners. They're large and tall corners. They push the middle. Spiller, but they use Spiller as a blocker, and Mon goes through the side and gets a few yards. Three minutes left in the first half. Texas A&M 10, LSU nothing still. Mond gives the handoff to Spiller, who pushes towards the first down line. Not sure if that's what he got. Again, sorry. And then a throw will get the first down to Spiller, but there is a penalty. And it's an offensive holding against the receiver for the Aggies. It's Smith who commits it, so it's third down again, but it's this time long. 3rd and 11. And LSU might be offside here as A&M is motioning that. As it looked like a foot in the neutral zone. And so 3rd and 11 now will become 3rd and 6. So this is the third down. It was 3rd and 1 before. Then the penalty made it 3rd and 11. Now a penalty pushes it to 3rd and 6. If there's another offside penalty, it'll be back to 3rd and 1. Only 1 for 7 on 3rd down for A&M. 2:03 to go. And a false start against A&M. So now this is 3rd and 11 again. A roller coaster. Another timeout taken by LSU. It's 3rd and 11. Stops the clock at 2:03. So A&M would just get a huge jolt of confidence with the first down picked up here.
Certainly looks like a collision course you would think between Florida and Alabama for the SEC title. What a job Alabama did in the Iron Bowl today against Auburn. That was.
You look at the standings in the West, it's still Alabama number 1 in the West, number 1 in the country, even though it looks like A&M could make a push into the playoff. A&M 2nd in the West, a little bit ahead of Auburn, who we're playing next week. 3rd and 11. Shotgun snap for Kellen Mond. Mond is pressured. Mond has to let it go. He will let it go. Pushed off late. Will there be a penalty? No penalty. He was looking for Weidermeyer and to throw this ball, but he's getting held again. He's not able to make his complete breakout. Fair caught at about the 25. Look at this Aggies defense that has got to step up. You don't want LSU to get any points before halftime. Oh my God, I apologize about that, guys. I did not see where the computer was. So you completely just saw super close up my face, which is weird. Yeah, I apologize about that. You don't want them to get. Don't want LSU to get any points here. This defense has to come up huge. Here's a throw over the middle, deflected. It'll be 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap. Tigers will take it. Moving about. There's the throw over the middle. Incomplete. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Still a heavy rain here. And I'm having the momentum. Ball at the 25. The Louisiana State 25. They drop back into the shotgun. Aggies rush. Big hit! And was it taken away? Tigers grab it down on the field and run away with it, but that was an incomplete pass. A big hit that forces the incompletion. .136 remain in the second. A&M with 3 timeouts will get the ball back, and it's going to be caught at about the LSU 33. Here's Mond out of the middle. Big throw. Deflected. And again, I hate to be biased, but these corners are just hanging on here. They're hanging on. They're holding. And they're making these deflections. But, I mean, they're right on them. It's 2nd and 10. They push ahead a little early. Mond gets this ball away, and he just that wasn't the corner's fault. That was not a good thrown ball, and it's 3rd and 10, just like that. A&M is really not in a rhythm here. Yeah, that was just a bad throw by Kellen Mond, and it'll be 3rd down. Mond in the shotgun. Kellen Mond's got to get this ball away. Is that intercepted? No. Incomplete off of Flott's hands. And Mond is just not playing well. Just dropped it. Had a chance for a diving interception. Here's an Aggie punt that'll drop behind the 25. LSU will get another chance. Marshall out wide. Terrence Marshall Jr. for LSU. For the Tigers. Louisiana State now. That's thrown by Finley. A screen. Can A&M bust the screen? Not directly, but they eventually get to him after he ran for a few yards. A&M calls a timeout strangely. This will stop the clock, but it's less that they wanted to stop the clock. It's more that they wanted to regroup and figure out, what they wanted to do in general. This offense struggling big time. This defense might need to make some super turnovers into the red zone or turnovers themselves for touchdowns. Okay, sorry. Shotgun snap, low shotgun snap. Thrown over the middle, almost picked off of the hands of the Tiger receiver, LSU Tiger receiver. It'll be 3rd and 6. Finley throwing it deep, and a great play getting in there for the defender, the safety. And it's a 3 and out for the Tigers. 4th and 6, and the clock stopped. So the Aggies will have 2 timeouts and the ball again before the first half. Yeah, the first half still hasn't started. That was Jenkins out wide for Louisiana State, LSU. Fourth punt in the last 3.5 minutes for either team. This will be caught at around the 32-33 yard line of LSU.
get to for a potential kick for a field goal. We got 2 timeouts, so you can continue to work all of your playbook. You don't take really a 4 or 5 yard completion that does nothing for you. You're looking for chunks, and you don't take any sacks.
Kellen Mond in the shotgun. 2 timeouts for him, 1 timeout for LSU. 43 seconds left in the second quarter. Mond stepping up, getting out of there. Short throw, dropped again. This is insane. And it took 5 seconds. Mond trying to communicate. Kellen's got to get a good play out here. Shotgun snap. It's a running play for Spiller. Past the 45, look to the 46 of LSU. 119 yards rushing, or of A&M. So 119 yards rushing for Spiller. The clock's continuing to move past 30. Here's a throw. Pushed out of bounds. He's got it to go by Hezekiah Jones, and that'll make it second and short. Clock will stop at 24 seconds. Second and 1, A&M trying to get into field goal range. Utah has 21 unanswered against Washington, in Washington, with 42 seconds left in the second quarter in that game. Shotgun snap for Mond. Kellen throwing deep. Again, though, I know they asked, this has got to be a throw on target, but, he's just bumped there by the corner the whole time. Corner's on him. Just nothing you can do there. 18 seconds on a 3rd and 1. To me, this play has to, even if you don't get the first down, this play's got to move clock. Because if this play can move clock, if this doesn't stop the clock, well, LSU could always use a timeout. But even then, you can just punt it here. You can't stop the clock on your own. That's what I'm saying. Kellen Mond, the handoff over to Spiller. Aggies see if they quickly go to the line here. I think it might be an interesting idea. Oh, no, the Aggies have their own timeouts. They take their second with 14 seconds left. And it's a first down for Texas A&M. Interesting that they're comparing Derek Stingley, a young freshman cornerback for the LSU, to the all-time pro cornerback Darrelle Revis, former Jet and former Buccaneer. Kellen Mond throws this to the side. He tried to leap this ball out of bounds. Did not get out of bounds. They're going to have to call a timeout here and see if they bring out the field goal team. I think they're in range to do so. Final timeout called by Texas A&M. I think they're at a point where they can do so. They're going to go for another play here to try to make their way and compete for their chance. There's a shot through the outside. Weidermeyer, who will step out of bounds with 3 seconds to go. And A&M will bring out the field goal unit to try to go up 13-0. Seth Small, with 3 seconds left, will see if LSU tries to ice the kick. They have a timeout to do so. A penalty is on the field. We'll see who this is going against. A delay of game against the defense. Apparently, the defensive player tried to set up a signal to misconstrue the offensive player. Might have been yelling something, throwing his head, something. And so a 45-yard attempt becomes a 40-yard attempt. Much more manageable. LSU missed their chip shot field goal. Here's a much longer field goal, almost blocked, but it is good. And A&M did not have a great last 7 minutes of this quarter, but they find a way to polish it. A&M 13, defending champions nothing. They have a big lead over LSU going to half. So let me just go over here. And I'll be down with the rest of this half. Hold on a second. Just hold on a second, everybody. All right, I'm back. Something's going on with my plug for my computer, so that was one of the issues. I'll figure it out. Sorry about that. So show. Some more of this commercials that were at the first half, so not too much to really talk about. Hold on one second.
This halftime report is presented by Louisiana, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy. And Jesse Joey back with you with some more SEC fun. Kyle Trask in Florida hosting Kentucky. Florida ball. Kyle Pitts was back, so go to him immediately. Kyle Pitts missed the last couple games. 6'6", 246. Got 3 touchdowns today. He's not rusty. You know, we talked about with Pitts. He is the prototypical NFL tight end. Yeah, how many times has he beat somebody on a slant route outside against the quarterback? What such good routes for a guy that's 6'5", 6'6". Third TD of the game here for Pitts. Florida outscored Kentucky 20-0 in the second half. They go on to win 31-10 or 34-10 the final. Florida over Kentucky. Let's check into Georgia, South Carolina. JT Daniels, second start for the Dogs here to train.
Oh yeah, still sitting around waiting for this half to resume, so not too much to go through.
And then you got the running game here with James. As always, you got to worry about the running game. They're deep in the running back position. Already 23 carries over 200 yards. Now, Cook's younger brother, he's having a good first half.
You mentioned James Cook. You mentioned the running game. Also give it to Zamir White, 22-year-old.
Offensive line goes to work. Look at the hole, untouched into the end zone.
It's a game where you don't even need a shot sheet. Georgia's up 28-10 over South Carolina. They won the Big Ten for Northwestern. They were feeling good about themselves after the win against Wisconsin a week ago, forgetting the fact that you can go to East Lansing and get tripped up here. Rocky Lombardi deep down the sidelines. Jalen Naylor's at the
Rocky Lombardi's had turnover problems early this season, but he threw 2 touchdowns and better yet, ran for 96 yards. He was huge on third down.
But here comes the fighting Joey Galloway's Cam Porter direct snap.
Northwestern was down 17-0 in the game. They come back. They have the lead in the fourth. They've been really good on defense in the second half, and they close it out.
No such thing as a college kicker situation here. Matt Conley drills a hell of a knuckle.
But it was true. Northwestern turned it over 4 times. It was too much to overcome. Still alive for the Big Ten championship. Probably not the play.
Good story for Sparty. Also a good story today in the SEC. There is history made. Vanderbilt in Missouri. We'll have that story coming up with the Nissan halftime report.
Hard to wrap. Easy to get. From big presents to stocking stuffers, the Steel Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone. Find yours at steelusa.com/gift-guide.
Care, 38-hour freshness with triple action moisturizer. Choose 4, 5, or 6 fingers in any of our famous sauces with a chicken finger plate. Only at Zaxby's. Order ahead, drive-thru, or get it delivered.
Our passion guides us. Our traditions unite us. And
Still waiting right now.
have changed the world.
And I'll let you know when we're ready.
Forged in gold, we stand ready to serve. We are Texas A&M.
You're watching the Nissan halftime report.
All right, take a look at the one final team vote brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Ohio State unable to play this week. The Buckeyes still getting in over half the vote as the choice for that one final team in the upcoming college football playoff. Let's go to the Big 12 now. Oklahoma State, or rather, we're going to go to Vanderbilt, Missouri.
Showing some more stuff in the SEC between Vanderbilt and Missouri. Two teams in the SEC East. Not two big rivals with A&M, but it's SEC, so it's important.
So Fuller was there and ready to go. Second half, here's the historic kick. Runs up, squibs it down the right side to give her team a chance for cover. They do not. But becoming the first woman to play Power 5 college football.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that today. A woman actually kicked off for Vanderbilt. Student athletes. Sarah Fuller, which was really cool. Good kick, too.
Isaiah Spiller. 50 in the first half of the Aggies. A little scoring.
They talk about Isaiah Spiller, big running back for the Aggies. They should be getting back to the half soon. A&M up 13 against LSU.
For this season, yeah, I'm working on my anticipation. I'm still in seven. Anticipation is key. So are you alive in the house? Always. Yeah, my family. Thanks for asking. You should probably get that too long. Hello? Hey, Mr. Tebow. Chicken waffle sounds great. Nice talking to you too, Mrs. Stevens. Yes. I guess. Don't even think about asking.
For your kid's birthday, you want them to feel like
So,
the kid in the world. But this
still
year,
waiting
made it really difficult to have birthday
for this
parties.
half to resume.
Chick-fil-A just goes above and beyond. I knew that they would make it special. There was like a little note for a mobile order that said, "Can you please sing happy birthday?"
They sung happy birthday to me and I cried.
She was in fact happy. We got you something, Nova. What is that?
A cookie. Thank you.
People everywhere living with type 2 diabetes are waking up to what's possible with Rebelsis. Rebelsis works differently than any other diabetes pill to lower blood sugar in all three of these ways. Increases insulin, decreases sugar, and slows food. The majority of people taking Rebelsis lower their blood sugar.
So we'll see. I think LSU's getting the ball back to start the half, which is good for them, obviously.
Rebelsis isn't
You definitely would say.
Don't take Rebelsis if you or your family ever have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or if allergic to it. Stop Rebelsis and get medical help right away. You get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your provider about vision problems or shavings. Taking Rebelsis with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Wake up to what's possible with Rebelsis. You may pay as little as $10 per prescription. Ask your healthcare
What's the best college? Yes, halftime. I missed your text for a second because I was monitoring something. What's the best college football conference? That's not a question. The Southeastern Conference, the SEC, where A&M is in. Seattle, Philadelphia, Monday night, as they say. I said that earlier. And now that I tell the story that I was talking about, where Denver is starting with a receiver and then a running back, might actually be Royce Freeman first, and then the running back from Oregon. Indiana, Maryland. This game I saw a little bit of. Then I did some homework and I missed the end of it. Indiana wins 27-11. A really good team. If you don't mind, you're going to see a lot of movement with my computer. I'm just going to try to see if I can. My computer has to be plugged in. I just want to try to see if I can plug it in. And I believe I have found the way to do that. I have. Okay, cool. It's charging now. Still. Still waiting. And now we finally are ready for the start of the second half. And the kickoff right down the line, and that will be, I believe, a touchback. For them. Shotgun snap for LSU. The handoff, that gets a few yards, and then Aggies will tackle down. How many top-level college football teams are there? So, for the FBS itself, which is the first level, there's around, I think there's 300, but most of those teams aren't counted in the real running. There's what's called the Power Five, which is 5 conferences, and you really count the teams in the Power Five. So there's 2 divisions in each conference and 7 teams in each division. So then, give me a second. I'm horrible at math. Seventy. 300 teams in the first division of college football, like the real first level of college football in general, like out of all the schools. And that's including schools like my school, and I don't mean A&M, my actual school that I go to, Montclair State. But 15, as Johnson is down the field, T. Johnson, but there's 300, but out of the schools that really, I hate to say it, but matter when it comes to competitive football, there's 70. The 14 teams in the Big Ten, the 14 teams in the Pac-12. Big Ten is Northeast America, from like New Jersey to Michigan and Ohio and Indiana and Wisconsin, to the Pac-12, which is the West Coast. We talk about schools in Arizona, California, Washington State, like close to you. The Big 12, which is like the Southwest. Some of the other schools that are in Texas, Oklahoma, West Virginia, schools like that. The ACC, which is the Atlantic Coast, south of Virginia, teams in Florida, stuff like that. And then the SEC, which is this conference, the Southeastern Conference, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas A&M. A big hit on Finley, a 3-and-out, and it'll be 4th down. This punt will roll at the A&M 39. So they'll get the ball here. Kellen Mond with 13:42 to go in the third. They lead by 13. A&M with a win will get in better position to join the playoff, and they will clinch a bowl spot. Ever since they joined the SEC, they have not missed playing in a bowl, which is a big accomplishment for the Aggies. Kellen Mond, shotgun snap. He's not committed a turnover. Here's a pitch, trying to get outside, and Spiller had one man to beat to get to the line of scrimmage. That was Flott, who's been big time. Yes, there is. And that, to me, there are people who will say it's Ohio State versus Michigan, but in my opinion, that I believe is the second biggest. In my opinion, it's the game that happened earlier today, Alabama and Auburn, called the Iron Bowl. Those two teams have been playing each other since 1885. There's just been an aura of hatred. Both teams are in the middle of Alabama. Auburn in the north, Alabama in the south, in Tuscaloosa. They're just an area of hatred. The two fan bases and colleges hate each other. There's just the rivalry is huge. Auburn also, once they win, uh, Auburn has a tree outside of their campus that they would throw toilet paper if they win the Iron Bowl on. And one Alabama after Auburn fans went to the statue of Bear Bryant by Alabama. Bear Bryant was a coach who coached Alabama, and he actually coached A&M before Alabama. As that is dropped, it'll be a A&M punt. He coached A&M before Alabama, and then won, I think, like 13 championships with Alabama. He was the Scotty Bowman of college football, if you can understand that reference. I tried to put in a hockey reference for you. And there was a statue outside of the University of Alabama, like school or athletic department or something, of Bear Bryant with his famous coat that he would wear. And when Auburn upset Alabama in 2011, when Cam Newton played for the University of Alabama, some Auburn fans snuck over to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and put the Cam Newton's Auburn #1 jersey on the Bear Bryant statue. So an angry Alabama fan, 2 years later, when Alabama won the Iron Bowl, went to Auburn's tree, where there's a tree outside of Auburn's athletic department where they throw toilet paper on the branches. I don't get it, but they do. And whenever Auburn wins the Iron Bowl again is the game between Auburn and Alabama, and whenever they win that game, there's toilet paper thrown on the branches. So this nasty, angry Alabama fan, after Auburn lost to Alabama, and after Auburn fans put the jersey on the sacred statue, he put pesticide in the tree that had toilet paper on the branches and effectively killed the tree. So they had to plant a new one. It's that nasty. There's another rivalry between Ohio State and the University of Michigan that is so deep and angry that Ohio State fans call Michigan that team up north, and Michigan fans call Ohio State that team down south, and they get angry. But to me, yes, it's a huge rivalry. Yes, it's a big, epic one. But to me, the biggest rivalry in college football, your Red Sox, Yankees, your Bruins, Habs, is Auburn, Alabama. And also, as big time as Ohio State and Michigan have been huge schools, You think of football in the South in a state like Alabama, not in Ohio or Michigan. Those are hockey states or basketball or something. So that's the biggest rivalry, and that's the story on that rivalry. In my opinion, yes. A lot of people think, I know there's a lot of people who think Ohio State, Michigan first, but to me, there's no way. It's Auburn, Alabama, no question. And sometimes a few years ago, in fact, not only that, but a few years ago, there was a game where Auburn played Alabama in the Iron Bowl, and the winner of the game was going to move on to the SEC championship game and probably end up going to the national championship game. And Alabama actually played Auburn, and Alabama had a chance where they had a Hail Mary that went off the hands of one of the receivers, and then they went for a field goal to win it. Whoever wins the game basically goes to the SEC championship game and has a chance to go play for the national championship game. And the Alabama kicker misses the kick wide right, but the Auburn puts a guy there named Chris Davis in the back of the end zone to catch in the end zone if it's a missed kick because it was a really long kick. Fake thrown past the 50 to the 45-yard line for LSU. They moved the chains. They put the guy in the back of the end zone because they felt that that the kick was way too long. So he returns the kick because he grabs it. He grabs the kick, returns it, and he returns it from the he returns it from the end zone, and there's no time left, so it goes to overtime if something doesn't happen, and he returns the kick from the one end zone to the other end zone, 109 yards to knock out Alabama. And Alabama was, I think, the number one ranked team in the nation, and Auburn was like 6. Yeah, a 109-yard return off a missed field goal to win the game. That's a pretty big rivalry. Deflected and then off of a sideline. You remember a better kick six. You have to explain to me. I'm thinking Jacoby Jones for some reason. You're going to have to let me know what you're talking about. Better kick six. I know it. Let me know. Just tell me. I'm not sure. The only thing I can think of is Jacoby Jones in the Super Bowl against San Francisco. You're going to have to let me know, man. Shotgun snap. 3rd and 7. LSU looking for yards. A&M blitz is almost intercepted and thrown past the 20. It'll be 4th down. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Monday Night Football. Field goal blocked. They return it. But this was a legitimate kick six. And it's kind of funny, too, because the week before or 2 weeks before, also, Auburn was down for most of the game. They were trailing behind Georgia, and Nick Marshall, the Auburn quarterback, lofted a ball on 4th down that got deflected off of 2 Georgia defenders and into the hands of one of their receivers with like 105 left in the 4th quarter. Called the Miracle at Jordan Hare. Jordan Hare Stadium was where Auburn played. And also punt returned by Texas A&M, fair catch. So we're going to commercial. And that was the week before the kick six, as it's called. So that was actually a pretty memorable year. That was the 2013 to 14 season from Auburn. I remember there were some really good moments because they were showing the 2013 moments, some of the great sports moments, and they showed the miracle of Jordan Hare, which is the ball getting tipped up and caught for the touchdown with only 65 seconds left in the game. They showed they were showing all the 2013 great moments. First, they showed Jadeveon Clowney's hit against Michigan in a bowl game where he knocked off a helmet. They showed the miracle Jordan Hare I just talked about. They showed the kick six, and if that wasn't enough, which was the guy returning it for 109 yards, just look it up. It's pretty crazy. If that wasn't enough, then they showed the Bergeron in overtime against the Maple Leafs, and then I was watching. I was like, oh yeah, 2013 was a pretty amazing year of sports. There was some crazy stuff. There was a bunch of stuff they missed on that as well. I mean, Ortiz had a big home run in 2013. There were some big moments by the Red Wings in that series in that year as well. I wouldn't have really given any Vancouver Canuck moments. I mean, they were the 3 seed in the West, but there weren't too many huge moments by them that series. That not that series, that year in 2013. 2013 actually was the season where it wasn't that great of a moment. Like you wouldn't put it on the top moments of sports, but Neil Yakupov slam in where he ties the game with like a second left, and he slides down the ice on his knees all the way into the other end, and like puts his head down, like crying. That was a pretty cool moment. And that game later gets won by Gagne. Like that's LA Kings, Edmonton Oilers. One of their few highlights. They're showing the upset by Texas A&M in the stadium a few years ago, 74-72 in double overtime, 7 overtimes. And Spiller will have some room. Did he fumble the ball? No, they say he was down. He lost the ball, but they said he was down. They're going to review it to make sure that his knee was down. It was not fully recovered. You know, the whistle went, so you could always make the assumption that his elbow's down and the ball goes. That should not be an LSU ball. And also the whistle comes before LSU touches it. He did fall down. It will be no fumble. Shotgun snap. Mond getting out. He goes through there. Spiller looking for blocks. Spiller has a few blocks. Spiller pushing. That should be a Texas A&M first down. Here's Mond stepping out, throwing over the middle. That's caught. First down, Aggies, and the crowd is getting into it now. Weidemeyer out wide. See if he does go there, if they do go there. A full start against A&M, so 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 15. Again, not what you want. Thing is, A&M's found a way to succeed. Gets it out to Spiller, moving to the 30. There's a penalty on the field. Penalty flag on the field. See what this is. An offensive penalty against a chop block penalty. I don't know if I've ever heard this. But the call is a chop block on the offense. 1st and 28. Now A&M has some legendary history on getting like first downs on first, second, 28s, 26s. As now the Aggies lose a ton there. Gay has the tackle. Kellen Mond in the shotgun. 2nd and 32. Handoff to try to get more space. He loses even more yards. They'll run up the middle. Spiller to the outside. Spiller pushes close to the 20. See how much he gets here. It'll be 4th down. It won't matter. A 10-yard gain should be around 4th and 22. They will get ready to punt. Less than 6:40 to go. Hasn't been an entirely exciting or entertaining game, but it's done its job. Here's the drop punt. This gets a bit behind the 40. It'll bounce. Off the side, it was muffed. LSU muffed it. A&M's going to get the ball. Oh, my goodness. It bounced to the 40. LSU muffed it. A&M's going to get the ball inside the Tiger 35. Number 5 was waving it off. And that ball hits number 2 on LSU. Not sure who that is. And then they push forwards. And off the leg. And this will go to the LSU 33. Here's Kellen Mond stepping up, throwing down the sideline. Oh, that's not Mond's fault. That was a great throw, a great route. That's not Kellen Mond's fault. Receiver dropped the ball. In fact, I think that was the running back. Spiller it was. And that was a drop by Spiller on a ball he should have. He usually will have. Mond looking for the option play, and he's stacked down. Third and 11, Mond in the shotgun. Kellen Mond has to get out of there, and he's sacked. And the offensive lineman took the ball. What? The Aggies pick it up on third down because the offensive lineman, the guard, Green, takes it down the length for a first down. Does this stand? Yes. First down. Gig 'em, Aggies. They're going to review this, but it should be an A&M first down. We will see. They'll have to go to review. So what they thought happened? Well, we'll get into that when this comes back. But I can't wait to go back to this game and see what's going on with this review. We're back here. So what was initially called a fumble, and then the offensive lineman picked it up. It's sadly not. I mean, for the lineman, that would have been amazing, but you got to have that perfect scenario. Everything's got to go right. It's got to be a complete fumble. Like you could see the balls rolling around, and then he could pick it up, and they'd not get the perfect situation. So A&M has to punt. They don't get the first down. See, how will this bounce? This will bounce at the 9-yard line. A&M did have to punt. They got no points off of that gaff, but they do get a perfect punt. Well, not perfect. That would have been at the 1-yard line, but a very good punt. So Clemson did finally have that win. They won. Notre Dame won. Ohio State won. Big wins, especially by Clemson, especially by Alabama. Sizable win by Notre Dame by 14. Well, that really was a big win. 4:53 in the third. A&M leads by 13. See how convincingly A&M can win this game if they will win this game. In the pocket, they go for the long ball. Nothing. A good defense by the Aggies to keep on the corners with their corners. That's the shotgun snap. They have pressure intercepted. A&M intercepted. Needs a block. It's going to be a touchdown, Aggies! An interception over the middle, and just as the broadcast is talking about the defense comes up with a huge interception, rushed up the middle for a touchdown, and now with an extra point, they will be up 20-0. Kick is good. It's 20-0 Aggies. And Tyree Johnson with the interception and the touchdown. So pressured throw and everybody was right there to key in. And a defensive touchdown, a big one. A&M has struggled in this game, but they found their way to shut down this LSU team, and they really try to just, put the nail in the coffin and make their stake to win here. He'll be kicked out of the end zone, taken past the 10, taken past the 15, brought down at the 19, and a penalty flag is tossed onto the field. Behind, we'll see who this is against. It is at the 10-yard line. A block in the back against LSU. Johnson is out there, not Finley. Finley was hit hard on that previous play. Talking about, seeing ghosts or no man's land really in football, and A&M does a good job of providing that. Run play to the left side. That'll help a quarterback's confidence. Got tripped up outside of he got the first down yardage. And a penalty flag is tossed onto the field. There was some booing. We'll see if this might be against the defense. It's a holding call against LSU. And hold on. They run him down. Sorry for that. I'm just trying to point something. Second and 9 for LSU, who were pushed back because of a couple of penalties. That penalty that I missed to broadcast was against Louisiana State. They're in their end zone. They go to blitz, thrown for a first down, and then he got about a yard afterwards. Tigers move the chains. Johnson walks to the line. Johnson back, shotgun snap. 2:40 left in the third. Johnson, pressure rising. Johnson getting out. Johnson gets a yard, and now it'll be second down. Johnson, shotgun snap. Johnson fakes the run. Johnson heaving. No, he goes for the screen. A&M trying to size up the screen. They push the screen out of bounds. Basically, that's the best way to say it. It'll be third down. Emery Jr. is down as the clock continues to run. He is now helped out of bounds, but he does not look good. Johnson shotgun snap. No, they're going to have to, they call a timeout. LSU calls a timeout because Emery Jr. is still needing medical treatment. Kind of fell down a little bit after he took a hit. And he got hit in the back as well by a Texas A&M defensive player. Now Johnson is sacked at the 1. Corner blitz. Johnson goes down to the 1-yard line. And they push ahead, and Johnson was looking for the play. Now they're going to have to punt from their own end zone. Fourth and 24. The punter is literally at the white line to the back of the end zone. Got to make sure his feet are set too. If you step out, it's a safety, and A&M would get the ball back at around the 45. A penalty flag is down. Delay of game against LSU. In the end zone, not a safety, but a 4th and 25. LSU, Zach Von Rosenberg, the oldest player in college football, as back up as he can be. This ball is going to fall down at the 45, taken past the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, almost at the 25. Put him at the LSU 27-yard line with 17 seconds left in the third quarter. A penalty flag has been tossed onto the field. A bad penalty. This will put A&M at the 37 of LSU instead of the 27 due to the fact that that was a holding call against the Aggies.
It's not shot. What do you want? You want it exactly 7 inches, 10 inches?
First and 10. With 17 seconds remaining in the quarter. They have movement in behind. Fakes the read option, goes for the run. It goes nowhere. It gets a yard, 2nd and 9. The end of the third quarter. Texas A&M 20, LSU nothing. A&M's got the ball around the midfield. Waiting for this fourth quarter to start, of course.
Research shows people remember commercials. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's one that'll blow your mind. What you got, Ryan? Customized home insurance from Liberty Mutual. It customizes our home insurance so we only get what we need. And what did you get, Ryan? Only pay for what you need. Our daughter and kids will do without so far detergent cooking water. Put that close to the water. So we switch back to time. One wash saves your life.
Don't pay for water. Pay for clean. It's gotta be time.
Hey there, I'm Aisha, and my favorite thing about the Chick-fil-A nuggets is how easy you can share them with friends. They taste fresh, they're crispy, you can taste it.
All right, so we'll wait some more for this quarter to come back. A&M gets a pass over to Weidermeyer, and Iman tried to get the ball out for a third down pickup. Is wide open, and again a missed throw. This is insane. It was deflected, however. It should be made to know and all that. Ninth punt for Texas A&M Aggies. They'll get this one out. It'll be fair caught at the 14-yard line. Johnson gets out. He'll run for a first down, or at least close to one, at the A&M sideline. And Johnson gets away. Johnson pressured, throws. Oh, a catchable ball for their wideout off the back foot and a hop and a jump and a skip and whatever you want to call it. Off the hands, it's second down. Second and 10. Terrence Marshall Jr. has gotten 7 targets, 4 receptions, 79 yards for him. Max Johnson in the shotgun. Maxime gets it. Pressured. Johnson goes down. A big sack for the A&M defense. They show up big time. It's third down. Third and 16 for this 5-1 team to go on defense. Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson airs it out. Almost intercepted by 2 Aggies, but overthrown. It'll be 4th and 16. Here's the punt. Will be taken around the 35. Fair caught at the 36. The Texas A&M Aggie 36. And I'll go to commercial. All right. Wait a little bit for All right. I see two people watching, so I assume that Josh is on. Doesn't matter, but we're back in the fourth quarter. Texas A&M 20, LSU nothing. LSU has punted over to A&M. Ooh, this just disconnected, but it just reconnected, so that was a bit weird. Georgia is clobbering South Carolina in the other game. Started a little earlier. 9:27 left in that game. 12-13 in that game. 45-16 in favor of Georgia. Jump ball. Another miss of a throw by Mond, but this time they draw a penalty. A pass interference call, a rare one, gets tossed onto the field against the Tigers. .12:07 left in the fourth. 1st and 10 at the LSU 49. Kellen Mond stepping up, going to run for it. Mond is going to be knocked down just short of the 40-yard line. 2nd down and short. Handoff to Spiller. He'll be knocked down after about a 6-yard gain past the marker. 4-yard gain, excuse me. 11:17 left in the fourth. Aggies continuing to move it, but now kind of work the pace of the game. If you can score another touchdown, that'd be huge. But at the same time, you want to use as much clock as you possibly can. And Spiller gets basically nothing. Here is Mond in the shotgun. Kellen Mond just gets pummeled and hit that one up. And yes, it's an incompletion. Yes, LSU did great defensive back work. But man, he got walloped there. A blindside hit sent him backwards. And he tossed it up for grabs the best he could. And just a good defensive work. Starting to see him get a little rattled here. Physically, not mentally, physically. See if he can come back from that as Kellen Mond will throw this one down the field. Did he catch it? No, incomplete. And Ward is down. Or Lane is down, excuse me. Not Ward. Lane is down. He almost got the ball, but he was hit hard off the play as well. This physical defense is paying its toll. It almost had a magical grab. It is still going to be an Aggie punt.
Taco Bell's grilled cheese burrito is filled with nacho cheese sauce and delicious 3 cheese blend. And even more melty cheese is grilled on top. Get your hands on a grilled cheese burrito. Only at Taco Bell.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. From now on, we're not gonna leave anything on the plate because we've learned to savor the moments that we're always there, and they never tasted this good.
With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like, yep, even easier than that. Plus, with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, it's really even a decision. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
We'll see what happens next. Just looking at some stuff. See how on the ESPN the big board or whatever you call it. See what happens next for this game.
For over 30 years, Lexus has been celebrating driveway moments. Here's to one more. The Lexus December to Remember sale plan.
Use the 2021 minus 339 a month for 36 months of coverage. First month's
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
ESPN College Football is presented by PlayStation 5.
Show the
No limits.
last two seasons 8-4, 8-5. That's been the way since post Johnny Manziel A&M seasons. How they've been, how they've played. Want a bit more consistency. They're 5-1 here. They've got Louisiana State. They'll play Auburn next week. Then they'll play the Tennessee Volunteers. At some point, they would have finished rescheduling the game that they missed because of COVID against Mississippi. Their only loss coming in their second game of the year to the number one team in the country, Alabama. This punt is going to be downed at the LSU 4. It's a pretty good special teams. Another update on another game. Baylor and Kansas State. Baylor wins at the Horn 32-31 over Kansas State. Big win for the Bears. So another team in Texas finding a way to wrap it up and knock it through. Quite literally there. 9:46 left in the quarter. At the 4, but Johnson is in the shotgun in the end zone. He has a clean pocket. Screen caught, but wrapped up a little bit past the line of scrimmage. So it means the quarterback can get out of the shadow of the end zone. 8 first downs, 10 punts for LSU. Back in the end zone, hopping up. That's a pass thrown over the middle by Johnson over to Davis, and it'll be third down. Here's the pass over the middle, dropped over the middle. Great defensive play by these corners, and it's a fourth down with 8:37 left in the game. They will now be tied with punts, LSU and A&M. This booted by the side of the end zone. This will get at the close to the 43. Penalty coming on the field. A&M gets to the Texas A&M Aggies 49. And let's see what the penalty's on. It was thrown and it was tossed on the field, thrown on the field almost immediately after the punt was received. They started running. It looks like it will be against the Aggies, which really isn't good. The few penalties that have been thrown have been against Texas A&M. Not to say it's biased, just bad play. When you think about penalties and taking them and not having that issue, and all that. Yeah, both are against A&M. And it'll be a 10-yard penalty. Put them, I think, at the 39. A&M's 39. 8:25 left in the fourth quarter. Aggies are up 20 to nothing, but facing a bad bounce on the penalty. See what happens here. Still waiting. Scheme to come back.
Since 1912, keeping people comfortable outdoors has been what LLB has all about. This holiday season, we want you to feel more comfortable than you have in a smaller time. Taco Bell's Nachos Party Pack. Delicious nachos topped with all your favorites. Only at Taco Bell.
And tomorrow we'll have college basketball matchups with three of the top 20 in action. At 1 Eastern, Richmond
Hold on a second. And Spiller will get close, but no cigar. And that'll be second down now.
When they released the ranking this past week, said that it was close because of how well Kyle Trask is playing for Florida. But at the end of the day, they had to add Matt Moore. But it shows just how much the eye test is important to this group.
And I've mentioned this before. I will be interested how much the committee is going to weigh the whole COVID impact. Well, again,
Sorry, I'm doing something. As it's handed off and just.
When your V-neck looks more like a U-neck, that's when you know it's half.
I will be right back. Just give me 1 second. I have to get something.
this toothbrush brushes quicker. This screwdriver turns speedier. This fan spins faster. Upgrade your devices with Duracell.
How about you?
No. No way.
Come on. No.
Oh yeah, so give me a second right here. And actually you can see the TV like that. I didn't even realize.
Always be ready to seize the moment. Inspiration strikes. Make the most of this opportunity. Mazda's season of inspiration.
And we're still waiting for this quarter to come back.
In the time it takes to brew a cup, we'll tell you why Green Mountain Coffee Roasters Nantucket blend is so smooth.
So late in this fourth quarter, as it's still, I believe, 20-0. Texas A&M, yes, it is.
Plenty today to talk about from the SEC. Florida had a mediocre game by Florida standards, but they outlasted Kentucky 34-10. Alabama.
I said it was a mediocre game by Florida, but they came in and they just dominated. In my opinion, against Kentucky, who still they went to close to the SEC championship game a few years ago. It's still a good team, a good amount of players from that team. Obviously, Josh Allen, who went to them as A&M will punt this down the line, close to the 20-yard line, probably at the 18-yard line actually. You can hear this Texas A&M crowd. 5:09 left in the fourth. So in this game, still pushing this across. As a YouTube notification just came on my phone, a big highlight on Kale McCarr. Actually, I'm not sure who YouTuber is, but definitely check that out. It's really cool. We always are approving here and in favor of great NHL YouTubers, the NHL community, which I am definitely a part of. Johnson still waiting, throwing over the pocket to the middle, the 49-yard line, I believe they'll put him at. They'll put him right there. And Johnson faking, pump faking it. Johnson throwing off his back leg. He's got a man to the 35-yard line. Might have been just past the 35. And just have to go over here. Sorry if I'm in front. Just hold on 1 second. So as it's still here, Johnson, the shotgun snap. Still there for Johnson and nothing that he can get. As a good defensive play forces third down. Third down, Johnson fakes, throws underneath, and just like that, nothing. Back in shotgun snap for LSU. And back again, just sack. Still there, 2nd and 10. And across, they'll throw 3rd and 4. And 4 still. Still 126 left, 4th and 1, still 20-0. $126 to go. As they try to see if this was a first down. LSU in the red zone. Under center, handoff. Tigers will get the first down. They're going to have to hurry up here. Be a penalty on the play with 1:10 to go. LSU thrown over the middle, tripped up at the 10, still moving, maybe to the first down. A minute left in this game. .43 seconds left in the game. Johnson and the Tigers trail by 20. This is A&M's chance to clinch a bowl spot and to continue their momentum as fifth in the country. Shotgun snap. Throwing to the side. Touchdown. Tigers, this will work. This will count. Terrace Marshall Jr., a 3-yard touchdown.
Cigarettes in tiny liquor bottles, just what you expect inside her new Balenciaga.
The kick is good, and LSU is back in it. 20-7 with 38 seconds left. This is going to be an onside kick, and it'll be easily pulled in by the A&M player, just like that. They'll take the first knee down, and here come the high fives. Here come the handshakes. Watch as this clock finally ticks. Waiting for it to officially go down. And here are the handshakes. And TJ Finley will walk down the field, trot down the field, and it is over. The Aggies are going to a bowl game, and they've got their 6th win of the year with 3 games to go against Auburn, against Tennessee, and Mississippi. 20-7 over the Tigers. They come back for their 2nd ever win over LSU in program history with a 20-7 victory. And they'll get ready for Auburn next week. That's it for me today. A&M 20, defending champ 7. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you on Monday for Seattle and Philly.